weather. It's 8:38, 22 before 9. Ken Gontark in the morning. Weatherman's calling for plenty of sunshine today, but it's going to be cool and breezy, only making it up to 51 for the high. And that north wind's going to be kicking it up to around 25. It is 30 right now. Lampasas City Manager Finley DeGraff and Reed, along with Ronnie Witchers in the studio, here to give you a recap of Monday night City Council meeting. And speaking of Ronnie, not too late to order your 2021 Ronnie Witchers swimsuit calendar. Oh, yeah. 12 months of seeing that stud hanging in your kitchen. Hunk of burning love. All right, Finley and Ronnie coming up next.
There's nothing like a Ford, and there's no better place to get yourself driving that new Ford like Hoffbauer Ford in Lampasas. With many different vehicles to choose from, with the best prices in Central Texas, with the highest quality and friendliest service center that takes care of you and your car for years to come. Don't wait any longer. Check them out at 902 North Key Avenue in Lampasas, or go online to hford.com. See their inventory, value your trade-in, and take advantage of their local pickup and delivery. Or call Spencer McKnight at 512-556-3631. Get yourself driving your new ride today. There's nothing like a Ford.
Well, good morning and welcome to our studio. Lampasas City Manager Finley DeGraff and Reed for our regular weekly What About This or What About That in Lampasas. Had a council meeting the other night. Handful of things to talk about.
You bet.
Out of that. Was it a good meeting?
Yeah, I thought it was a good meeting. We talked about some citizens' concerns. We dealt with some purchases of some things that we think will really benefit our community through our public safety and fire department. Took a look at trying to get started on skate park and pavilion at Campbell Park. So a lot of I think real substantive items on the agenda this week.
Okay. What kind of concerns do we have looking into the future for business, the economic stability of the community, and in the face of this month and next month, this COVID problem?
Right.
With the increase, do we have any kind of new rules going into effect with restaurants or any kind of establishment?
I think there is a heightened level of concern related to the spike we've seen in the number of cases, as well as the the number of fatalities that we've had. Again, what I tell folks is, I think most responsible and informed people are doing what they need to do and following CDC guidelines and trying to limit the spread. I think it's up to individuals to be personally responsible for not only their health, but the possibility that whatever they have, or if they contract COVID, that they may be passing that on to people. Particularly if they don't show any symptoms. So we still need to be diligent in terms of new orders, new restrictions, anything like that. I don't know that we will see those. We are in an area that I believe the trigger is over 15% of the beds available. That I don't think we've reached that threshold. Again, about 80% of COVID cases in the state of Texas are in about 15 counties, so it is a concentrated level of infection. So we need to be smart. I don't know that I anticipate any further restrictions, although it could happen if the spike continues to grow.
A lot of people may be concerned about gatherings that they are going to have for Christmas, or of course New Year's that's right around the corner.
Right.
It's traditional to have these gatherings and parties and things like that. And a lot of people may think, gee, if people would just get tested, and
right.
and know whether they're possibly infected or could spread anything. But how? Where? How much does it cost? That kind of thing.
Sure.
Can you get a quick test?
Yeah, I think I can continue to see notices in the newspaper, the Clean Paper, and I think even Dispatch about testing sites. A lot of those are going to be east of us in Coppers Cove, Killeen, Harker Heights, and Olinville. But I think there is that availability, and I have noticed that some of these sites are at no cost. So, I think if there is an interest, there's probably an opportunity to get tested. In testing aside, you could test fine one day, and myself as an example, the last thing I want to do is walk around with no symptoms with it, and then get around my mother-in-law who is, in her upper 70s, and have her contract it unknowingly from me. So that's the kind of thing that my wife and I kind of keep an eye on and want to be
So
responsible about.
You'd really like to know.
Sure.
And before you go into some kind of holiday gathering. But the question was asked of me, where do I get a quick test?
Right.
I really don't know.
and I don't know off the top of my head. Like I said, my references have been through the Killeen Daily Herald as I look through there. I don't know that any of that information is currently on the city's website, but we can see if we can dig up some information and post it on our website.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks would like to know. Okay, the city council meeting the other night. I know you had an executive session, something having to do with economic development. Is there anything that you can tell us about any move that's going on there?
Sure. Very generally, it was a fairly lengthy executive session. We have a number of prospects that we were discussing. We also spent some time with the city attorney on matters that we and council sought her advice on. There was action out of executive session on one item, which was basically to direct the city manager to negotiate and finalize a public utility easement for the benefit of the city and the donor in exchange for extension of electricity. So what that motion really means is that we're going to get a utility easement for our benefit as well as the property owner's benefit in exchange for the cost of extension of electricity. So
we still can't talk about who that is.
That's that was the official action taken.
The official action.
Right.
Okay, it was taken. There.
But I think it is safe to say that we continue to receive a lot of inquiries about Lampasas. One thing that we did present to council Monday night was the just posted 2019 traffic counts for Lampasas. Those are done yearly on the major corridors, and from 2018 to 2019, we've seen probably what everybody assumes is about a 6% increase in our traffic through town just in that 1 year. If we go back further, I think you'll see a real similar trend.
Was there any enlightenment there as to which highways had the most traffic?
So the stretch that has the highest annual average daily counts, or whatever the text dot says, is Key Avenue, generally between 4th and North. And that is where we saw that 6% increase. I did look at the other corridors coming into town, and they all of them showed a very similar growth in traffic counts. Coming in from what is this? 4th Street off of 190, about 12,400 this year, 2019, and about 11,500 previous year, and it's very, very similar. Coming in south 281, 2018 was about 15,000, and 2019 was about 15,700. So we're seeing really on all corridors, 580 West, 580 East, 281, and 183 all have shown some growth in the traffic count.
Is it available there in your information, the Highway 183 versus Highway 281, say coming in from the north side of town? Which of those gets the most traffic? I'm curious.
On the north side?
Yeah, on the north side.
I'm just looking at my map right now, and I didn't take a big enough picture to capture the 190, 183 traffic versus the 281 traffic where it splits off. But
okay. I've often wondered if that has changed on 281. Of course, you know, from Dallas to San Antonio, the interstate 35, I guess, gets most of that traffic, that through traffic, truck traffic and whatnot going down that highway. But then again, does it? Are there a lot of people that are opting to go on 281 because it's the less traveled road?
I think we are seeing more and more traffic on 281, and more people are realizing that that's the preferred corridor, particularly with, I think it's the Chisholm Park tollway outside of Cleburne, or outside of somewhere you can get into Fort Worth very quick. Yeah. You know, I spoke at a SITCOG meeting several years ago, and we were talking about transportation, and a room full of people, and you know, the question is, if you're in San Antonio and you need to go to the Metroplex area, what do you do? And everybody, you know, I said I-35 or 281. Everybody said 281. I don't want to mess with I-35. It's a mess.
That's what I wondered, if that has become the deal. And the business, the interest, I guess, commercially, for business would be Key Avenue, because it's the confluence of these highways coming from both directions, and they all come down Key Avenue. So it's from McDonald's, everything else that's similar to that. It's a gold mine, I guess, here in Lampasas. That's something that I guess
absolutely. I think
a lot of people look at.
The concentration of the traveling public has attracted those establishments that serve the traveling public.
Yeah. Okay, what else was in that meeting?
We did spend some time in workshop talking about the intersection of South 281 at the high school interest, and some concerns were raised. I think we had a recent accident right there.
Yeah, Coach Myers.
Yes, I mean, and you know, fortunately, everybody was able to walk away from that, but it could have been much worse. So,
and there have been a good number of accidents there.
So, as Lieutenant Montgomery put it, that is the highest highest speed signalized light we have in town. In other words, you know, all our other traffic signals are in 35 zones, and perhaps a 45 zone. This one's in a 55, 60 zone by the time you get to that intersection. And so you have the highest speed signal there, combined with probably the least experienced driver.
That's right.
By average. So it's cause for concern. We're going to get with TxDOT out of Brownwood and see if there aren't any opportunities to let people know there is a signal there, try to keep them from speeding up as they go southbound out of town, you know, until after the light. And certainly, I think Lieutenant Montgomery and Chief Bailey, you know, are committed to keeping a very close eye on that intersection, try to utilize enforcement when needed.
It seems like if they put caution lights or something.
And there is
down the road.
Right, there is a recognition of that coming northbound into town down that hill where the speeds are. But I think one of the concerns was that as you start to leave town and the speed limit picks up, you accelerate, you know, ahead of that light, anticipating, you know, a 70-mile-an-hour zone coming up.
There have been accidents, there at the little business center there where Alfredo's restaurant is, and the bowling alley and whatnot. There have been some traffic accidents there, haven't there?
You know, I think one of the things that TxDOT was very responsive to and really helped us out was when we had it seemed like once a week we had a traffic accident at Naruna and 281
Yes.
as people were turning left or entering from Naruna, or waiting to take a left and being rear-ended. And I my hat's off to TxDOT. Elias Ramelli, the district engineer, came down and worked through some things and basically kind of warp speed, deceleration lane for the high school, and some restriping, and that was a huge help. And of course, TxDOT, I think we haven't talked about this in a while, but they will be doing a major upgrade from the county line to basically Omnis for 281. So that'll be another improvement in that stretch of road.
Yeah. Has there been any kind of a specific report that identified where traffic accidents are here in Lampasas?
Chief Bailey keeps up with that, and if there is a particular area that we'd want to look at, she can pull the statistics on that. It's something that typically doesn't cross my desk unless there's a red flag that she sees, or we get a concern from the public, and then we'll pull those reports, or Chief Bailey will pull those reports for me.
Okay. Well, it's almost Christmas. What do we have in the way of planning for Christmas? City involved in anything special there?
Not, most of our Christmas activities, parade is done. The Christmas on the Creek kickoff, that's behind us. We want people to be safe and enjoy themselves, enjoy the lights at the park, and stay warm.
What about the holiday period, trash pickup, that kind of thing?
I will double check that, but certainly the Friday of Christmas, they won't pick trash up. I'll double check and we'll post it on the website. Normally they will pick that up the following day. I do believe they are running on Christmas Eve, but we'll provide the radio information on that. And then New Year's Day will be Friday, and they will probably pick up a day late. So if you normally have a Friday pickup, they would pick up Saturday, but we'll confirm that and send the information over to you so you can announce it.
I want to go back and talk briefly about the public safety matter you talked about earlier, fire department getting
Sure.
some new equipment. Tell us about that.
Well, and this is somewhat relates to the CARES Act funding and a current need. Our fire department typically will respond to medical emergencies, and in some cases, not all, but in some cases, we're ahead of Acadian to the scene. So anything that we can do on site in terms of diagnostic or packaging, et cetera, is just one step ahead when the ambulance service gets there. And these items we were able to purchase. These are heart monitors, so we can go ahead and apply the heart monitors, and then when Acadian gets there, they're one step ahead, and that patient's one step ahead. So we think that this is will be a help to our community, and certainly an assistance to the response and to the ability to get patients what they need.
Understood. Okay. Anything we need to tell the folks?
I don't believe so. Like I said, we just want folks to be safe over the holidays and enjoy them.
Certainly. All right. And by the way, I want to point out, if you're a sky watcher, look to the southeast in the evening for the next few days. Kind of a fascinating thing with two planets that have just been getting closer and closer and closer together. Saturn and Jupiter, I believe, are going to be in confluence, meaning you look up and you don't see two of them anymore. You
Right.
just see one. I think about Monday they'll get together, and that's our doo-doo-doo-doo thing. I know Ken will enjoy that.
I think I heard it the first time since 1226, something like that. It's been a long time since they've done that.
I think it's interesting. Lampasas City Manager Finley DeGraff and Reed in our studio on Wednesdays. You're listening to KCYL KACQ Radio.
Are you looking for a place to ride your horses or build your chickens that big new chicken coop?
Are you looking for a nice place to open up that family business you've been dreaming of?
Or are you looking for that forever home for your growing family? Well, whatever you're looking for, Vista Real Estate can cover absolutely all of your real estate needs, whether it be farm and ranch, residential, or commercial. With years of real estate experience, you can trust Lisa Dibble and Jeff Crawford to help you find that perfect fit.
You can check out their inventory online at viewvistashomes.com.
Give their office a call at 512-564-5066.
Or just go and talk to Lisa and Jeff at 414 South Live Oak, right here in Lampasas. They might be new to the square, but they're longtime Lampasas native. Vista Real Estate, downtown on the square.